All right. This is going to be the last one for the night, trying to play catch up. And it's ironic, I don't even need catch up. Greetings from YouTubeville once again. Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Like, sub, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a dime. Throwing out Edge Part 3 list, even though I've done it already, but there was some glitches in the matrix, let's just say. Sub and subscribe. It don't cost a dime. I don't even know if I've said that already. I've dropped so many videos tonight. But today is going to be Edge Part 3. And these kids, they're all pretty much monsters. Got this kid, Mikel Williams, Georgia. 6'5", 265. He had 5 sacks last year. This kid is he's going to have a lot of coaches looking at him because he rushes from the defensive tackle position and he rushes from the edge position. He's a one-man wrecking crew and he gets to the quarterback. So a lot of people are saying he could be the first edge drafted, but I would like to say is, what is he? Where is he gonna play? If we're just gonna let him be a monster in the middle and rush up the middle, he has to play. He has to put on some size, unless you're only gonna put him in the middle on passing downs and have like a NASCAR package of 4 defensive ends on the field. Because in the NFL, at 265 pounds, and we all know these kids start the season at 265 and they end the season at 245, especially rookies. I just fear. Listen, this kid, if you're going to build him a defensive end in a lab, it's this kid. I just fear if he tries playing defensive tackle in the NFL, he's going to get swallowed up. Could I be wrong? Excuse me for yawning. I could be. But unless you have a multi talented group of pass rushers on your team where you could just flip flop people left and right, he's going to have to find a home. That's all I'm saying. But as of now, he's like a top 5 pick, this kid. I said it once, I'll say it again. This draft is going to be crazy deep in defensive tackles and defensive edges. So if your team needs one, they should be able to get one this year. Also, very, very heavy running backs. But, last year we didn't see a running back go to round 2. So can we see that again? I don't know. Next kid, Landon Jackson, Arkansas. 6'7", 290. The last 2 years, he's had 70 tackles, 10 sacks. I don't see him as an edge. With his length, if you slide him inside, I think you'd want him to get much, much bigger. I could have went a whole nother different way with this video and ragged on him, but I'm not going to do that. And I didn't do that in the first video I did on this guy. I'll let you just take a good look at him yourself if you can get a chance. I'm going to bring it up again. The way he sits now at his size and weight, I see more of a 5-tech. Unless a team has a plan for him. He's not playing edge at 290. He's just not. He's not. So he, excuse me, he has to throw on 30 pounds, slide him inside, or you'll see a 3-4 team draft him and they'll ask him to play 5-tech because he is a perfectly built 5-tech like the one kid we mentioned earlier at defensive tackle. But this kid does have good production. And if he continues that this year, this kid won't get out of round 3. Nah, he won't. You might even see round 2, but I would think more. I don't see him getting out of round 3. I would feel more comfortable right now saying that. Next kid, David Walker, Central Arkansas. He made a freaks list. 2 years, 20 sacks. This kid is 6'2", 260. Now, when you see a kid like this playing at a smaller level of competition, you want to see him dominate, and that's what he's doing. But at 6'2", 260, he's not going to play edge in the NFL. A guy like James Harrison comes around once every 20 years. He could play. I really don't want to say outside linebacker because I do see this kid playing with his hand down in the dirt. So he's possibly a late day 3 pick. Could be an undrafted free agent, but a team might take a chance on his upside on day 3. He could make the team, start off on special teams, and he can be a situational pass rusher. And if he makes his mark there, then of course they're going to give him more snaps. But it's all going to come to, but like I was saying the other day, you'd be surprised how many kids made the final 53 and you never even heard of the colleges they went to. And all these kids that went to Power 5 schools all got cut. Just because, a lot of times you're like a 5-star, 4-star. You had a 3-star. You had everything handed to you on a platter in college. You're not hungry. You're not from, a college nobody ever heard of. Eating bologna sandwiches 3 times a day, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, sleeping in your car, working, doing DoorDash. So these kids are hungry when they make it to the NFL. When they get invited to a camp, they're hungry as hell to make an impact. He's a name to watch out for. Another kid, I'm not that high on him. His name is Paris Shan, LSU. He has a good size, 6'5", 280. But he really, I thought he could have came out last year, but he didn't, and he was wise. This is year 5 for him. Uh, this kid needs a breakout year, or he's just going to be a long line of LSU busts, you know, along the defensive line. And LSU has a linebacker, Harold Perkins, that everyone is going crazy about, but he's 210 pounds. That's a safety, people. Let's see the last two. Let's see the last two great LSU linebackers. Jabril Cox. Anybody remember him? How'd he work out? How about the great Damone Clark? How did he work out? But I don't want to blame him because he was drafted with a neck issue. You don't draft a linebacker at a position where every play is a car crash. Next kid, and I've given you him before, and I've said him, I've talked about him a lot. He's a beast. R.J. Oben, Notre Dame. He's a Duke transfer, 6'5", 260. Spent 5 years at Duke, and then he transferred over to Notre Dame. I can't say why. I can't say the word why he transferred over to Notre Dame, but 15 sacks to his credit, and he has the size, he has the length, and he's going to be playing with the most talent around him that he ever has been. Notre Dame has two monster defensive tackles, which I've given you already, Howard Cross III and Ryan Mellis, but you're probably going to hear it again. And I'm even going to go through some of the other guys, even though some of the guys did get injured. I threw this out already, but for things, I'm throwing it out again. But R.J. Oben, Notre Dame, is a name to watch because with the defensive lineman that he has along the defensive line, you're really not going to be able to double team this kid. Like at Duke, he was it at Duke. At Notre Dame, they're not going to be able to pay him as much attention. So tomorrow we got linebackers, safeties, corners, and we're probably going to start part 4 tomorrow. Yeah, of course, yeah. Part 4 is running backs. It's a very deep running back class, and we're probably going to get to part 4 of offensive tackles and offensive guards. So I'll probably throw out like 10 more positions tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't know why I have to do this, but I'm doing this again. So we all know what's more important, the microphone or the beard. We all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Over and out.